I'm not gonna lie, I love being able to title these videos because I think when people see it pop up, they're just like, what in the world is this man actually talking about? So today was supposed to be my consultation for the dick surgery, and I decided not to go. Now, I had to be careful because I didn't want to like burn any bridges. So I called. I said that I got COVID over the weekend, and it made me look like I wasn't just canceling last minute for absolutely no reason. And they're gonna reschedule with me. But I think once it gets rescheduled, maybe a week before, I'm gonna call and just say I don't really need it right now, but hopefully I can get a referral in the future, and I'm sure everything will be fine. But I just don't think getting it is really something that I want to do right now because at this moment, at least, it's an optional thing, right? Like I'm not actually having any complications. And most people with a urethral stricture have an issue with retaining urine, which thankfully I don't actually have. But when you retain urine, your bladder, your kidneys, like all of that stuff is at risk because it can cause long-term complications and some really serious stuff. You could literally die early if you don't ever address the situation. So being that I'm not having that problem, it's more so just optional for me. So if I go to the bathroom, it might take me 20, 30 seconds longer than it takes you, which is not really the biggest deal in the world. But I just figured, you know what? I'll just get it done. And then the more and more I look into it, I'm like, is it really worth the risk? Like, let's just say I never get to the point where it's ever going to be a health complication. I could just deal with peeing slow instead of dealing with the risk of what could happen if I get the surgery. You can potentially have erectile dysfunction. You could even lose a little bit of length. Like there's some issues that guys may not really be comfortable with. Thankfully, the location of mine, I don't think that those are really serious problems. Plus, my stricture is only like a centimeter at most. It might even be a half a centimeter. So let's just say that it was to make me lose a little bit of length. It's not really going to be anything groundbreaking. It's not going to affect me really in any way. I'd be pretty comfortable with that. So I'm not too concerned with that happening. I want to say that the ED problem is like a couple percent. So that's not really what scares me away from it. Last night, I started to do some research on general anesthesia and the fact that I would be under for like 6 hours. And for those of you guys that don't know, my family, at least on my mom's side, has had Alzheimer's. Like my grandma, some of her sisters have. My mom hasn't shown any signs. So I think that I may be okay, but you never know. It might be something in the future that I could deal with, which would suck. To me, that's like the worst way to go out. I'd rather anything else, a heart attack, like whatever it is when I get older, I would take that over Alzheimer's. For anyone that's not familiar with it, you can look up and read more about it. But basically, you forget everything. It's a form of dementia. Like you slowly forget little things that are happening around you, your recent events, and then it gets further and further to the point where you just don't talk anymore and you start losing pretty much everything. And you have to be in a nursing home, and it's just a really sad way to go out, and it sucks because there's not really anything that you can do about it. There's no fix for it, right? And if I ever go down that path, I'm just being honest, I would probably move myself to Canada where they let you do assisted deletion, and I would most likely just accept that. I know that sounds dark, but I feel like it's darker to go down that path and have people around me that love me see me go through that, and then also myself get to the point where I don't even know what's going on. I don't think that I can live with that. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that there's a chance in my future that that's something that could happen to me. And I'm reading that long surgeries and general anesthesia, although they don't believe causes Alzheimer's or different dementias, there's a chance that it might actually accelerate it if you're already predisposed to it and it's something that may happen in your future. So in my mind, I'm thinking, let's just say around 60, 65, that is going to happen to me. If I get this surgery, there's a chance that that can speed it up and it might happen in my 40s, in my 50s. And I just don't know that it's worth the risk just to not pee slow. Now, obviously, if I get to the point where I'm going to have health complications and my bladder and my kidneys might, have some problems, which then I would end up dying young anyway if I let that go for 5, 10, however many years until it takes it to cause some really, big problems. I would then just go ahead and get it and just hope that the risk isn't there and hope that everything is going to be okay. But I just don't think that it's worth it until then, right? Like it's just, I just don't see it being that big of an issue. Like I don't like peeing slow. It kind of bothers me a little bit, but at the end of the day, is that going to bother me more so than getting dementia younger if it's something that does come across my plate? So I think for now we're just gonna deal with it. We're just gonna stick it out. So that's kind of just the update. I wanted to let you guys know what's going on since I told you guys I was gonna have dick surgery, although it's not really on my dick for anybody that's new here. it just sounds like a funnier way of putting it. And so I wanted to talk about it and, just give you guys a little bit of what's going on in my life. Aside from that, I hope you guys are having a good start to your month. March is a really odd month right now in New York for anybody that lives around where I live. It's been really warm. Like February, March is usually the months where it potentially gets into the negatives. We're in like the single digit temperature and we've had 40 to 60-degree weather. So I don't know if the world's ending. So all this stuff I'm talking about when I get older might not matter. We might not be here in 10 years. I really don't know. I don't know what's happening, but it's a little bit odd, but I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to get outside, start walking, trying to exercise, trying to eat better, trying to lose this weight that I've put on because I'm a part of the fat boy club now, but food is just so good. It's hard to let go. But anyways, that's where I'm at with it. Just wanted to let you guys know. Comment down below. Let me know how your life is going, how your February was, how your March is going, anything you guys are doing. I know a lot of you guys had actually left comments on my weed video quite a while back saying that you had quit weed or you quit something yourself. I hope you're still staying strong. And if you're not, I'm just going to call you a little bitch because hopefully that will motivate you. But for real though, I do hope that everybody's doing good. I hope that you guys are successful in the things that you're trying to achieve and the goals that you set for yourself. So just keep pushing forward, keep rocking and doing your thing. And yeah, I'm going to try to upload here more often. I feel like I start to go and get a string of days together and then I kind of fall off a little bit, but I appreciate you guys that still rock with me. And I will catch you in the next one, homies.